Okay. Okay. Testing. 1, 2. Hopefully this sounds
3, 4,
good.
5.
3, 4, 5.
And a better
Ron Placone.
Indie left. News and politics and all the rest. So much to do on the YouTube. So they curate a list for you.
So you can
Do
hear
you
this.
want to watch your favorite creator or have a chat on Discord later? Well, you better get hip to Indie Left. IndieLeft.news.
Welcome, Ron. Thank you, Ron. That's not live. That's recorded, but that is Ron Placone, and that's our theme song, and that means that it is time for How Do We Miss That? It is what's going on. Anybody live in chat? How we doing? Is that up yet? What are we doing here? We are waiting for all the networks to still come up, but shows we've got some people here already live. Say hello if you're here. Hello, hello. We are. This is me. This is Indy. This is Reef. Is anybody out there?
This is ground control to Major Tom.
Nice. Nice. We got some yo-yos over here. Yo. I see. We're putting that up. Okay, welcome everybody to How Do We Miss That? How Do We Miss That is a show airing on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Odyssey every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Yes, we did change it, and we are changing it going forward. 10 p.m. Sundays. This is the new time. We're going to review a few big stories that we hadn't seen covered much in leftist independent media, co-hosted by me, Indy, founder and editor of Independent Left News, Leftist.today, and this guy, Reef Breland, who's the creator of Door Discord, host of Reef After Dark. All the stories that we're going to cover tonight were featured in Substack Leftist.today and at the top of IndependentLeft.news. So I wanted to give a shout out to the patrons and Ko-fi supporters like we do at the beginning of every show. Eric T. Red, who actually was on Sabby Sabs this week, Friday night. Congratulations. So happy for that on the Revolutionary Blackout Network Solutions panel. Then we've got Richard and Richard M. from Facebook and Radical Leftist Agenda. I'm sure she'll be here soon if she's not already. Les Bones and INN members Noli D and Lady Dragonfly Robin. And, of course, to the volunteers, Nicole and Darlene, thank you so much for all the help you always give every week. And Big Mad Crab for doing all the thumbnails and helping us out, too. He's doing some amazing work. He's starting to help out with some editing, and hope he's getting well soon. I know he got into a car wreck, and he's got some healing to do, so we're all praying for you there. Alex Davidson, of course, liked every Substack post this week. He's amazing. Thank you, Alex Davidson. I did want to mention again the shifting of the daily update. We started to publish at noon Eastern. We used to do twice a day, then we were doing once in the evening, and now we're moving that. We're going to publish it at noon every day, put it out once a day throughout the day, share it, and then have it update again the next day at noon. So we're excited about that. Still subscribe to the podcast. Every episode's up there. It's the audio version of this show, anchor.fm/independent left news. You can subscribe, find us on Spotify too. And then also the clip channel on Rumble. Check that out. And again, every time I try to do this, for some reason, it does not like. Here we go. I'll put the link to the How Do We Miss That clip channel. Hey, look at that. Rumble.com/c/How Did We Miss That? We now have a vanity channel name for Rumble, for our Rumble channel, for the clips. That's awesome. I just noticed that. Very cool. So finally, catch us on last week's bitch with INN, with Misty, Comrade Misty. She had us on, Reef and I, as well as Warren and Angel from INN. That was cool. And then catch me this week. I'll be on the Action for Assange Vigil on Tuesday night with Misty. And we'll see who else decides to come. There's going to be a big Big hearing tomorrow. I guess the high court's gonna rule tomorrow. They're gonna announce it at 5:15 Eastern in the morning. I know Action for Assange is gonna cover that live, so definitely tune in if you're gonna be awake. Get a cup of coffee. I know Misty will be there. Hoping for the best, expecting what we're expecting, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens there. And what else? What's going on? You had an awesome episode this week with Chris Legion over on Reef After Dark.
Super fun. We got to figure out who I'm having on for the 10th episode of Reef After Dark this week, but we'll figure that out. Stay
Double
informed.
digits.
Go look at that Twitter thread of mine, and keep an eye out for who's going to be on next Friday.
Follow at Reef Breland on Twitter for that. For sure.
You might try switching that microphone back to the other one in OBS. The mic, the live one.
Oh, okay. I can try.
It just sounds, the Yeti sounds tinny a little bit, I guess, which is what we left it.
How about now?
I don't know. I'll tell you when you start talking in.
Okay. Well, I'm now talking into the other one, so hopefully it sounds a little bit better. What do you think?
Yeah.
Reef's voice is a little bit low, is what Warren just said. What's up, Reef? What's up, Warren? Yeah,
you just got like
that did sound a little bit low, actually.
Weird sound thing on yours, but whatever.
Okay, well, we're gonna try this, and hopefully we'll do it live. Valerie, welcome, Valerie. Warren, Charlie Brown's Rebellion. How are you? Welcome. I'm sure again, if Eric's not here already, he will be soon. Everybody. All right, so diddly-doo. That's our favorite diddly-doo. Indie Main. So today's leftist today currently. Hey, look at that. That's this episode. Because the current leftist today we published about an hour ago was all about this episode and where you can find us everywhere. Where you can find Reef, where you can find what stories we're going to cover, and where you can find support and buy us some coffee or buy Reef some weed money.
That would be nice.
We like weed money. And then, of course, this was published earlier today. This was the latest leftist today. This is a summary of the top 10 articles, top 5 articles or so from Independent Left News, top videos as well. You see all those in here. This is an unbelievable story about Yemen and how it's our backing, Saudi-backed coalition that's doing that. And of course, Caitlin Johnstone getting it right about what the New York Times was going to claim 16 hours before they did. Unbelievable. So we've got all that going on, as well as at independentleft.news, which is where you'll see all of the articles, links to everything. You can see our Friends of Indie Left and all of the videos that you saw featured, plus a whole lot more. As you see, I even saw something from INN member Carl at the Debate Me channel. We got Franco was live at the protest today for the anti-mandates. Thank you for being there, Franco. So here's a little bit more about what was going on in Washington, D.C. So we try to cover a lot of different news across the spectrum from uncorrupted outlets. There's the latest episode, or one of the latest episodes of How Do We Miss That? So we're just kind of showcasing for anybody that comes here exactly what it is we're all about, what we do, who we're showcasing, and how we work.
Right.
So I want to go to our first story. I don't have that many this week, thankfully.
Cool.
But we are going to first say thanks, Joe Biden. How do we go from stimulus checks to go to work with COVID? Oh, wait, that's cut off. Hold on. And this is an op-ed that's written by John Neffel in Truth Out that I caught earlier this week. And I wanted to bring it out because it does talk about the contrast and talking about flattening the curve, and Democrats talking about Trump, and Biden administration struggles to even internally agree on whether to send N95 masks to everyone, which they decided was a good idea. It's like closing the barn door after the horse has already left. Long after the horse has already left, they're sending 4 masks to every household, even if there are 5 people in your household.
What do you got to share, bro?
I don't understand exactly how this works, but okay. Government logic. Orale! I see a Shadow Man refugee in the chat.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Okay, so Kamala Harris joined Bernie and Ed Markey. Oh yeah, well, they wanted $2,000 monthly payments for everyone making under $120,000 a year. Man, that would have been great.
Oh god! And of course,
Right.
they means tested anyway. Like,
Well, but you know what?
Blanket. I feel you.
$2,000 a month payments. Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot.
But
Yeah, now that rhetoric, of
people
course,
only 120,000 or less. Like, they're means testing it. Like,
right. And then they wanted. Then they were arguing over should our fake proposal include gig workers or not? Why not?
oh god,
Nobody's getting them anyway, so why not?
yeah.
Exactly. Some lawmakers have reportedly been discussing another round of stimulus spending for small business owners of restaurants and gyms. Really? That would be cool. Okay.
Yeah.
It's only 2 years in, and they've gotten like PPP money that went to larger businesses. And our friend Shadowban Refugee did a ton of research into some of the companies that did profit. And I know Ali Alexandra and some other writers have done that.
Yeah.
Okay, Biden administration appears outright hostile to the idea of renewing direct payments to Americans, right? Of course. So they're not giving out any more stimulus checks. We knew that was going to be done. We're not going to write checks to incentivize people to sit at home. Oh, man. Oh, isn't this awesome? Again,
I mean,
if they're going to print cash, they might as well give it to the Americans that are actually going to spend it and put it back into the economy, for sure.
Yep.
I think that goes without saying.
Give it to the people who already have it. Like they're trying to complete serial numbers. Like you gotta get all of that one.
Right, the reconfigured child tax credit. I mean, look, I got 3 kids. I was getting $800 a month there for a little bit, and that's decent money, of course. Now, of course, it's just a tax credit that you're gonna end up getting. You're gonna have to take it off your taxes in the end. And it expired in December. Thanks for that, guys. Unemployment ended in September. Federal unemployment. Okay, so studies are showing that states ending the federal assistance, okay, had the same job growth as states that stayed in the program, right? So it's just all right.
Are we
U.S.
still in the
hospitalization records
eviction moratorium on top of that too? Like,
no, that got lifted. I think that got lifted as of the 1st of January, just about everywhere. A couple places it's still February 1st. But right, there's still that's going to be lifted in the middle of winter, and then of course they kick the student debt thing down the road till May. And then we'll see what happens May 1st. He says no more extensions past that. The lack of another round of survival checks or unemployment boosts means people can't afford to stay home, right? Kicking you back out, even though that would help slow the spread, quote unquote.
Well, yeah, I mean, people were suffering before COVID happened, and I know people who got that money were actually just wanted the money regardless of like that actually helped them regardless of the situation with COVID. So, I mean, now we're a year and change deep, like worse conditions, like we're still nothing.
I mean, the hospital systems are telling nurses to come to work sick that are infectious. That's probably not good. And then, of course, we know about Red Lobster workers who've been forced to work sick, according to Popular Info, right? Well, which I think we covered that on this show a couple
Yeah,
weeks
if you're
ago. God,
if you're unvaxxed.
I sound like Steve Poitkin now. We covered that 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Love you, Steve.
We just don't have the crystal ball he does, dude. He's like a
He's
master
so
at
good.
tea reading, and
So good.
like we just have to learn the ways.
Some teachers in New York City have been forced into the classroom despite testing positive for COVID. Of course, we've heard about that. For years, restaurant workers have been expected to work while sick or injured because nobody's getting compensated for sick pay automatically. That's got to be worked in, and it's been a mess. And then, of course, with everybody being out, they're not really letting people have as many days off. Now, it depends upon where you work. But here, for all the talk of the Great Resignation, the reality is working class in the U.S. is still struggling to make ends meet. I mean, I don't think that the average wage has increased tremendously over the last few years.
No.
Even despite the pandemic and the amount of money that was pumped into the economy and the amount of money that the top ended up earning. Here's another one. About 14% of Kroger workers faced homelessness in the past year. We covered that last Saturday.
Yeah.
Right. So this just, again, is a nice summary and a reminder of the failed policies that have led to where we are right now, and that these are political choices, and that it is not the fault of the people that are out there, other than the fact that we elected them.
Well,
I have not followed
things where
Hmm?
people want to get back to normal, right? Which is partly like what that article is talking about, right? Is that a certain class of people want things to go back to normal without realizing none of us really want that. None of us really want that normal, So
yeah, because it wasn't really normal for any of them. For anyone.
Like, I mean, everyone was hurting then. Everyone was economically struggling. Everyone was like, couldn't find work or work that they were. It's like, yeah. I mean, it's anyway. But
yeah.
you got another one?
Do we have another one? Of course we have another. That was just our first story. But I was actually going to put up.
We do one and then go home, take a nap.
I was going to put up a black flag there over the support icons, but it doesn't. It comes up black flag, black flag, black flag. Doesn't look the way I want it.
Black flag.
All right.
I mean, that's
so
like everyone in the '90s, right? That's people were going to go see it.
Exactly. So actually, we mentioned.
Yeah, I know. I know which song you're.
Yeah. Yep. You knew that was coming. All right. So It's really funny, but we mentioned popular information, and here they are. Yeah. And one of the things we talk about every week is corruption inside Congress, and
yep.
How about wait, did I miss an article? I think I missed an article. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, sure I did. Here it is.
You pulled it up. Okay.
The Democrats aren't bad at politics. Their politics are bad. Well, they're bad at politics too. But
yeah,
I saw this.
Captain Obvious.
I saw this and I was like, this is just look. They've accounted. So this again is along on the lines of thanks, Uncle Joe. Transformative year agenda in the first year. It's been a complete disaster, as we know. They haven't gotten any of their agenda accomplished, even though they have a majority in the House and the Senate, and they can't seem to get the rotating villain under control, whether that's the parliamentarian or Joe Manchin or the squad voting no on the Israel thing or my God.
Now it's hamsters. Hamsters are the new enemy.
This is the weekend, January 21st was Inauguration Day last year, right? So it's been exactly now 1 year. So here we go.
1 year.
1 year in, right? So the gap between their campaign promises and their actions could not be more stark. And we've seen some crazy lists out there of what they've actually delivered versus what they haven't, other than some rhetoric and
like what they promised in the first year, right?
Right, and what the rhetoric of nothing fundamentally changing, which is actually what really they did deliver on. But the latest vote of the agenda came, of course, when the rotating villains of the week effectively torpedoed the voting rights legislation by making it have to go to 60 votes. And of course, they have no Republican votes, and Everybody wants to point, everyone wants to yell, how come you're not pointing out the Republicans won't support any of this? Because they never have, and that's always been the given. It's just like we expect that they're going to not go along with any of this stuff and that they're going to be obstructionists. That's kind of what they do. So it's pretty rough. So Democrats' year-long failed streak of legislation is all the more jarring when recalling the chorus of voices claiming that he'd be the most transformative president in the past 50 years. The FDR, right? $15 minimum wage, and where's our public option, which would have sucked anyway. I didn't really want a public option. Student debt forgiveness, $10,000 or more. We talk about that every week. Actually, there was another thing this week about student debt forgiveness and how much it would have really helped. Or made a big difference. Look, he's still got a year. That's a Hail Mary he could throw at any moment if he really thinks that the Democrats are really going to get shellacked, which they are, dude. Guy, do it.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose at this point. All right, his supposedly transformativeness was even used as a cudgel against the left, with pundits claiming that Biden, unlike leftists, had a winning strategy for progressive change.
Hey, Fat. I'm not that socialist. I beat that guy. Like,
right?
Okay.
Right. So many of these transformative campaign promises have been watered down beyond recognition. So now $1,400 equals $2,000, and where's the $1,500? The $15. Actually, he did, and I do want to give credit, and I did want to make a point that $15 minimum wage federally did go into effect, or does go into effect this week. And it does impact, I think it's 700,000 federal employees are getting a raise this week. So, you know what? Credit where it's due. And that really does materially help people's lives. And that helps. And this is the kind of stuff we're talking about. And of course, 15 is what we needed 6 years ago. But it helps. Okay.
Yeah,
and
just got it where it's going to be like 3 years from now, we'll have $15.
Here you go. We even called Left Voice. Otto talks about the rotating villains. Big fan of this publication. Support Left Voice if you can. All right, Elizabeth McDonough. That's the parliamentarian. You know what? I've only heard her, referred to, but guess what her name is? Didn't you elect her? I know I elected her. She ran a really strong campaign for parliamentarian.
Yeah, I mean, because I've ever heard of the parliamentarian as a problem until now.
2001.
It's never, right.
2001, the parliamentarian said the prescription drug plan, the Part D prescription drug plan, was not going to fit with the budget. And what they do? They fired the parliamentarian and replaced him with somebody that would.
Yep.
So progressives and even leftists lament the Democrats' poor political acumen, questioning why they simply don't, for example, ignore the parliamentarians' rulings, right? Why? Because they're neither bad at politics nor hapless victims. This is what they're doing. That their goal is to uphold capitalism and maintain capitalist society.
Our founding fathers made sure that we had the parliamentarian to keep progress from moving forward. So, we have to respect their constitutional wishes.
Didn't we set up a whole system to avoid a parliamentary system like they had?
Something like that.
It's kind of funny.
Like some checks and balances almost, something. 3 branches of government. And
they united to block Bernie from clinching the nomination, of course. Stopped India Walton and Nina Turner. Stopping the progressive campaigns and moving them to pragmatic progressives. Right. India Walton, she lost, right? She lost the Buffalo mayor to the incumbent who ran an independent campaign against her, if I remember correctly. The Democrats did not really support India Walton, or the ones who did. Remember, that's right, Chuck Schumer gave her the endorsement. He gave her the kiss of death and made her a corporate Democrat.
Yeah.
And then the corporate Democrat steamrolled her, because between a corporate Democrat and a corporate Democrat, they might as well choose the corporatist. The better corporatist. Biden administration had no problem continuing and even expanding inhumane Trump-era immigration policies. Right? Remain in Mexico hasn't changed. all migrants from the Western Hemisphere are now forced to stay in Mexico pending approval, and he's now been deporting people that are requesting asylum. It's just
Yeah.
nothing would fundamentally change, and we cannot be under the illusion that that the solution to this inaction and ostensible gridlock is to vote harder for Democrats. Boom.
Just
I like
vote
this guy.
harder.
Vote harder. Yeah, we must also refuse to put our faith in this undemocratic system, one where senators can single-handedly torpedo legislation that the majority of the population supports. Right. Sure. Filibuster reform. I mean, how many times have we seen legislation torpedoed by one vote? I mean, look,
Yep.
to all his credit, John McCain, he got to do the thumbs down thing with the healthcare. I mean,
Yep.
it wouldn't have been the way we liked it, but this is what we're talking about, was, governing by majority rule or by 60 vote supermajority, which is what they've required, and nothing passes because nothing gets 60 votes anymore.
Right.
So we got a broken system. What are we going to do? All right. So I did go back to, well, one way is, how do we make Congress less corrupt? And that's what I love about Popular Information and Judd Legume. Support his publication. He's one of the best out there. He follows the money. He's been keeping companies accountable to their words about what they say they're going to do on their donations to both Republicans as well as Democrats, but mostly the Republicans that had challenged the certification of the election, and the hypocrisy of the companies that have first said that they were not going to donate to these lawmakers, and now all of a sudden the money's flowing back in, and he's following that. We appreciate that. I love anybody that follows the money. Robbie Yeager, Sludge, these guys, Shadowban, Sebs and Allie, the Gnomes, all awesome. Support independent investigative journalism.
Yep.
Under federal law. So, and by the way, Shadowban Refugee also is now on Twitter, and also he put out a Medium piece recently, which I highly recommend everybody read as well. So,
Right.
if a federal employee owns stock in a company, here, this is just like the basic stuff. And we covered Nancy Pelosi and her wonderful stock options predictions, and
Yep.
Paul's amazing ability to predict the future and to pick winners when it came to stocks and options.
Almost
But
like she had a superpower that just, allowed her to make decisions that could have, affect the stock market, and then choose stocks based off those decisions. But anyway.
yeah, exactly. So here, the law applies whether the employee has any decision-making authority, or if the matter can plausibly impact the stock price, right? So,
Yeah.
conflict of interest. It's basics. People who work for publicly traded companies, they cannot trade in those company stocks, unless it's in a given window, and they have to not have certain knowledge of certain things. It's unbelievable. So, in each violation of the law, carries 5 years in jail and $50,000 fine. But members of Congress, what happens to them? I believe it's a $500 fine.
Right.
They are free to
500
actively
bucks,
trade an
that's it.
individual stock while voting on bills that would directly impact the stock's price. This seems like no-brainer stuff, and it's happening on a daily basis. And again, everyone from Pelosi to John Boehner stood to benefit from legislation being considered at the time that they were in, the investments were being made. This was the Stock Act. Right, so it sounded good, right? They had to report any disclosure within 45 days, right? And the penalty is a small one if they blow through the deadline, which is only $200. Now, they do have to to disclose, and when they do, it's usually big news. Somebody gets it, and you can see Robbie or Sludge or somebody does a story exposing what their holdings are and what their activity is.
Yeah, based off that being public, but that's the public stuff.
Right, but there is bipartisan interest in legislation that would ban it, supported by 3/4 of Americans. But of course, our wonderful Democratic leaders in the House and Senate that are all multimillionaires themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
And either trade stocks or they hold them and they have them in a quote unquote blind trust, or they're not even so blind. Again, both sides have found themselves, because it's a corporate uniparty, right? You're talking about Richard Burr and Dianne Feinstein, and of course we know famously about Nancy Pelosi and Kelly Loeffler. Her husband actually, I believe, is the president of the New York Stock Exchange. And then you've got Richard Burr, one of 3 senators to oppose the Stock Act, sold up to $1.7 million shortly before the market tanked. And then I believe he started to buy tech companies and PPE companies as well. Pretty unreal. Justice Department dropped the probes into Loeffler, Feinstein, and Inhofe. But Richard Burr, thankfully, remains under investigation. I'm sure that'll go nowhere. David Perdue's trading activity increased. And here, John Yarmuth, who famous for being the only representative in Congress to acknowledge MMT, also purchased several cannabis industry stocks while championing legislation. Well, how better to make them go up than to pass legislation? Now, again, we support passing legislation that does that, but profiting while doing it privately is not necessarily cool, and certainly not, definitely a conflict of interest. And, you want to call down the line. We don't want to see conflicts of interest. Right? So we've got Senator Merkley and Raja Krishnamurthy introduced the Ban Conflicted Trading Act. Yes, thank you very much. I didn't practice that. Right.
We probably butchered it, but
probably. Bill will require members of Congress and senior staff members to either sell their individual holdings within 6 months of being elected or transfer them into a blind trust with no option for trading till they leave office. I'd be down with that. Okay, we need to end the era in which members of Congress buy and sell individual stocks. I mean, how easy is it for somebody to pick up the phone and have a private conversation with somebody on their cell phone somewhere? I mean, it just opens everybody up to such conflicts and to such corruption. It just seems like it would be obvious. And again, despite the multiple pieces of legislation introduced on the topic, here's the key. Nancy Pelosi has already expressed her opposition. And we know this. Okay.
Yep.
Chuck Schumer has yet to comment directly on the issue. However, he's dodged direct questions, stating that he doesn't own any stocks, which is also pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder where all his money sits. It's got to be in real estate if that's the case.
Real estate. Yeah. But it's also, he doesn't necessarily have to own it. He could have family own it. He could have, like wife, kids, anyone that can own stocks. He could just be like, yeah, here, buy some, Moderna real quick.
Yeah.
So.
Buy some Microsoft, buy some Zoom. We're going to be locked up for a while, and everybody's going to have to change the way they communicate and work. I mean, what Zoom stock did during the pandemic has been...
It was crazy, right?
Yeah, I wish I had bought a little, and it's kind of funny because we all kind of knew, like, if we were going to all be locked up, there were certain stocks and certain companies that were going to benefit, and anyone that had any money to buy it and a foresight to do so did profit wildly.
Yep.
So, talking about student debt, RJ Esco from 0 Hour, and subscribe to that program. He's done some pretty good interviews. He recently had Richard Wolff on, but he did an interview with an economist, Marshall Steinbaum, talking about the ethics and imperative of canceling student debt. It wasn't a terribly long article, and the the video is in there. Again, I definitely recommend everybody go and watch that. But it does talk about all the different benefits and all the different freedoms that it would allow for so many Americans to not be burdened. Okay, you've got the moral argument, but then again, it should be arguably addressed that we could correct the injustice by going to people with more disposable income than student debt holders. Okay, they're taking it from the wealthy, and I disagree with that only because the government can clear the debt.
Yeah.
All right, a
wipe it
credential
away.
inflation. All right, again, it's an interesting conversation that I think everybody should take a look at. Okay, subscribe to the view that
Depressing
higher
minded.
education is a public good. Okay, and it was a mistake from the very beginning to conceive it as an investment in your future earnings, which, But yeah, this is a great great interview, great article, and take a look. And I'm a big fan of RJ Esco. He's one of the lesser known and lesser amplified interviewers, lefties out there. I know he's also had some kind of Libby stuff, but he does some really good stuff. And again, he's one of the older dogs out there. I know he's been doing this a long time, and it's important to have continuity and to have people out there that have been doing this a while, as well as the new breed that have come up and people that are true to helping out and to advancing the cause forward. So definitely a supporter of RJ as well. So thank you for that. That was a quick one. Next one, Mila. Okay, hang on, I gotta blow this up because this is our first one that we've done with her. I'm a big fan of Alex Rubinstein and the pro-democracy pod on Rockfin, and his co-host on the show is Mila Goriev, who is also a PhD student, I believe. I think she's living in the Chicago area, if I remember correctly. But she wrote an article about online school, and I thought everybody, I just wanted to go through it, talking about mental health and literacy, but what's really weird is that we're still free to go to the mall, right? And spoke to high school educational aide who works at his school's learning resource center, works with students who mostly have cognitive learning and special needs because he himself has a physical disability that places him in BC's clinically vulnerable category. Right. We wanted to discuss the balancing of the need for education and mental health with looking out for other clinically vulnerable people during the pandemic. So again, you're staring at a screen for 7 to 8 hours, and it's a lot more tiring than people think it is. Totally agree.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. With fully online learning, Micah was on a computer till 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and felt tired and worn down. As a teacher, and a lot of people felt the exhaustion of being online. And again, this is the stuff that they're not talking about really when it comes to online school and how it has changed the way that teachers and kids are interacting. All right.
Yeah, what you highlighted.
When they're in person, they seem to be on the same playing field. They have access to the same things, right? Okay, some families don't have access to the best internet or computers or space or area for quiet or a clear area. This is all really important stuff, right? Again, so the school had good measures in place. There were separate entrances with different grades, cohorts. Desks were wiped down. I mean, they were doing the best they could given the resources that they were provided. So Mila also has concerned about school closures at all levels, including her own. right? Again, I have kids in public school, so this personally affects me. Okay,
Right.
she's lost people to suicide and drug overdoses during the pandemic in a way that alarmed her. And
Ouch.
yeah, I mean, they're anxious when they keep receiving changing commands and contradictory information and no end in sight. And it's, to people that have mental health issues, this is,
Well, yeah, I mean, I had, for me, with ADHD, I actually wanted this for a long time, right? Where it was easier for me to do stuff at home, to have, because you need less motivation to do that, right? Like, and they always made it difficult. Like, it's never an easy process to do it, right? Which is part of the problem, you
yeah.
know? It's everything's extra convoluted for no reason. Yeah, I mean, so
Right. Supposedly the vaccines prevent the risk of getting and spreading as well as preventing serious illness. Well, we already know like what's going on with all the different reports, and everybody's still getting sick, even though you got double, triple vaxxed, and now you got quadruple vaxxed, and Omicron's highly contagious, and we are where we are after 2 years of going through this. So,
yep.
we are taking risks by having an indefinite period where we all live online. All right, students pay exorbitantly high tuition while being confined to learning through methods they can use to learn for free on YouTube, which is also ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, Harvard basically telling its students, "Oh, just use your best judgment." I mean, that's it's no guidance as to.
Well, and then it's also the average age of teaching. Like you're talking about people who have no idea how computers work. Like,
Preventative
trying to
treatment,
teach people at a level. Yeah.
preventative treatment, PPEs. I mean, all the different. Yeah, again, some things to wipe down, but it's again. I'm worried more for the bus drivers and the
They're in direct
parents
contact with humans
and the
much more
teachers,
frequently than-
and of course then the grandparents of the living grandparents and family, especially the vulnerable that live with the kids, and they bring it home, and we've just gone through a case in our house and quarantines for the last 6 weeks or so for
Yeah.
kids in and out of school, and there's no rhyme or reason really as to exactly, is it 10 days, is it 5 days, how long until you can come back, when do you not have it?
It's
Somebody,
pretty much whatever the CDC says for that state that week. Like,
I mean, literally, one of my buddies texted me today. He's had it for like a week. He's had no symptoms since Thursday, but a test shows that he's still got it. So he doesn't even know what to think. It's like everybody's out of their minds with this stuff. And
each one
again,
of those tests is $60 a pop. Like,
and then everybody's yelling about, of course, the overwhelming of the hospitals. We don't want to talk about the fact that they cut the number of beds, and they cut the number of hospitals, but also that we are woefully inadequate on ICU beds versus standard beds. Even though we've known for years that we were going to need this many more ICU beds because they're not profitable to the hedge funds that own our hospitals these days, and our medical companies, and to the insurance companies.
yeah, they'll shut off whole wings and stuff because it saves them money, and didn't even want to reopen them, and then they're like, we have a shortage. It's like, well, open that other wing up. Like,
Right. This was the hospital, the China hospital that they built out of containers, shipping containers.
Right.
Literally, they had, you have the stream, and I don't want to get DMCA for that.
Well, no, yeah, I remember that. Like, they literally built like a hospital, and like, I remember the like CNN and stuff at the time where it was like, oh, that has to be fake, can't be real. No, that happened. Like, they just built a hospital. They were like, okay, we're just gonna build some hospitals in if we need some. Like,
Right. So who does benefit from online school? Well, not very many people, unfortunately. Low-income students are suffering from online learning. All right. It's the wealthiest who are profiting. Why? Because, well, Zoom has been making record profits. So, of course, anyone that can afford, we talked about Zoom stock. Zoom CEO is one of the many billionaires who've reaped the benefits. All right. In addition, all the FANG stocks, or the heavy tech stocks, have been making record profits. Well, we know that, and they all have benefited. Specifically, Google Classroom. I know all my kids are doing Google Classroom, and Chicago had a big thing when it came to Google Classroom, and Microsoft has
Making
Teams.
Google loads. Yep.
You know,
Yep.
and of course, all the kids that were using their Kindle devices more during the pandemic. I'm sure because
Right.
parents
Kindles
had to keep them
and
occupied.
Chromebooks. Right. I Chromebooks are one of the biggest educating, like
My kids have Chromebooks issued by the school.
right. It's like they're giving out. They're give the right. It's because Google has essentially a grant that you can like sign up for to get like Chromebooks.
Yeah,
You
Apple
know?
used to do that, and now I think
Yeah.
Google basically took it over. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, greatest upward transfer of wealth in history, and that's those are the words of Dylan Radigan and Jimmy Dore. I keep hearing that over and over again. That's a Newsweek article that it links to. Okay,
Yeah.
talking about the metaverse, and that's
Oh God.
Web 3.0 or
Clearly the ruling
4.0,
class
whatever. Again,
doesn't really
another.
care about dealing with the pandemic. Instead, they're restructuring how they want people to consume. For them, the perfect society is a mass of people glued to screens, ordering takeout, maintaining survival through Amazon deliveries, and building a virtual life in the palms of the ruling class. Yeah, it's like, yep, you know.
Talking to a guy who really hasn't
So
gone out in like about a week, partly because we had this
yeah,
stuff ripping through our house, and partly because
yeah,
the convenience of life and everything is exactly that. And
and
you
and
know,
and in a perfect world, no one would care about this because it wouldn't be an issue, right?
right,
If you could sustain people's lives with this and whatever, no one would care. The
right.
issue
Then you
is
could
that
go out, touch grass, go to the movies, go on vacation, and go.
right,
You know, if
like
everybody
get
could live their
VR on
lives,
the metaverse on the weekend and like what like no one would
right? But
actually care. The issue is it's
this
ruining lives because of the blatant capitalism of it.
it's being
You
reset.
know,
You know, again, a
right?
reset.
Yep.
As we're well aware. So again, subscribe to Mila's blog. This is goryeb.substack.com. There's the link in the chat for everybody. Hello to my Russian bot friends. .ong.red. I'm kidding. You know.
Yeah.
All right. We've got just a couple more stories. We're moving along nicely. Okay. This is again talking about corruption in the C-suite.
We can't stop here. It's Bat Country.
Matthew Stoller, who does some amazing work on monopolies, and that is what I follow him for. Because he talks about monopolies, and he talks about what's going on in the C-suite, and he talks about what's going on at the FTC with regard to trying to break up monopolies and control big businesses, or big businesses controlling our government.
Right.
So Stoller is worried because of
Tim Cook.
all these big tech CEOs. All right,
Yep.
now he wrote this before they met with the Senate Judiciary Committee, but they did vote this bill through committee, which again he says is an overwhelming thrashing for big tech, and it starts with that, and that lots of senators that indicated they had technical concerns with the bill will probably vote no's when it comes up. However, thanks to Amy's grandstanding, a lot of them ended up voting yes, including Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham. A lot of that stuff was about Section 230, and they want to get rid of Section 230 for their own censorship
Pockets.
type of purposes more than anything.
Yeah.
They don't like the way that Facebook has been regulating, and they're treated as they want to treat Facebook more as a publisher and have them being even more of a nanny state.
Yeah. Because then they have to control what they publish, right? Like.
Yeah, exactly. Even more so. But Matt's talking about how they have been taking about the problem of big tech more seriously, and they've been talking about breaking up big tech, talking about Ferdinand Pecora. I love that he gives mention to Ferdinand Pecora, and I did want to give a shout out to the Real Progressives. They created a series called the Pecora Files, and it talks about antitrust, behind the scenes wrongdoings and law breaking, and great series. So if everybody, I would highly recommend that as well. Okay, but Ferdinand Pecora went through millions of documents and learned how these firms work, producing widely respected report on the relationship of tech firms, the democratic systems of government. Right, the final report is reverberated globally and led to multiple antitrust suits and significant legislative effort. All right, so you had once they announced that the Senate Judiciary hearing was announced. Once the hearing was announced, all of a sudden, phones started to light up on Capitol Hill. So, lobbying by big tech is fast and furious. And what happened? The committee was going to take up a House bill that would prohibit Amazon, Google, Facebook, and Apple from preferencing their own products. So we've seen this for years. I mean, Microsoft putting Internet Explorer and their crappy Edge browser on everything, and Facebook. And I think he even talks about, I read an article somewhere else about how Bono laments the fact that they allowed that they allowed Apple to put that album on like every iPhone and every device and had it like autoplay. My wife still has that. Like, she doesn't really use Apple iMusic or the Apple Music. And they pushed that album when she first got her phone, and still to this day, once in a while, she'll turn the car on and that thing will start playing. It's like,
Funny.
Right? So again, talking about fraud in the App Store, and talking about the gates in the App Store. Look, there was just a battle with Epic about rights and how much the app stores are charging developers on the in-game bucks that are being charged on the platforms, which is fascinating lawsuit.
Well, the lawsuits are essentially like two companies that are trying to be as greedy as possible, and like don't want the other person being greedier than them. It's a crazy right.
And then there's Amazon like learning from third-party sellers and then putting their own basic goods and amplifying that. That's exactly, if you look at the seller forums, there's a lot more skepticism about them. There's also an attempt to gin up controversy over whether it would cover firms like Walmart. Again, this is great stuff, and this is something that I think that because we don't talk about capitalism and we're anti-capitalists, we don't analyze what's going on inside the business world enough to see what moves are being made where. Okay, again, the main strategy will be to attach a poison pill amendment to this bill that would destroy it. All right, they saw in the House mark up the same bill. So they'll try to water this down. And Silicon Valley spent a ton of money to try to impact legislation. And now, again, you've seen this Silicon Valley to Washington pipeline. Our Secretary of State was a lobbyist himself for the, for the tech industry in defense. Was it West Exec Partners, I believe, is the firm that Blinken was a member of.
Right.
Okay, codifying the consumer welfare standard is a way of destroying the legislation while sounding like you're just standing up for consumers. Lobbyists are telling senators and staffers, well, if you can't be with us on the bill overall, at least support us on the Consumer Welfare Standard Amendment. It's a poison pill, and it may or may not work. So again, Cook and Pichai are working the phones to make sure that it does. Okay, so here's a letter that's going around to the House delegation. And it's signed by all our favorite organizations. Again, Matt is also an independent journalist, follows Monopoly, fan of his work, definitely support him. He went more of a paid format earlier this year, and now he's delivering more premium content to paid subscribers. So if you want to learn more about business, what's happening in the C-suite, what's happening between business and government, definitely follow Matt Stoller. He's one of the sources that I rely on.
Cool.
All right, so they said Aaron Mate yelled at me.
Aaron Mate.
Oh, Aaron Mate. Wait,
Oh,
Aaron Mate. So, Aaron Mate, this is like Substack week here at Indie Left. Notice that we're reading everybody's Substack. Substack's such an awesome platform. We're a big fan of it ourselves.
Kirkland brand, Jamie Heineman.
What?
No?
Oh, is that
What?
is that what you would consider
Mythbusters guy?
yourself, the Kirkland brand Jamie? Bring that up, Jamie.
No. Jamie Heineman is
Oh.
Mythbusters.
Oh, that Jamie. Oh, right. Oh,
The guy-
he
the
does
guy
look
in
like Jay. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's John Durham. He's the FBI. He's under investigation from the FBI, of course, for all the Russiagate stuff. So Aaron will be hosting a call-in episode. By the way, he hosted Jimmy Dore recently on call-in, so now Jimmy Dore has infected and invaded call-in as well as a platform.
Right.
So, again, Russiagate getting smashed, but our saber rattling with Russia is starting to get scary, and this is still part of a narrative.
And it's ramping up, yeah.
So again, good things are happening as far as exposing the fact that this is just bogus. And John Durham also previewed a challenge to the FBI's claims about how and why its counterintelligence investigation of the Trump campaign began. Right. At stake is the completeness of the official reckoning within the U.S. government over the Russiagate scandal and whether there will be an accounting commensurate with the offense. So again, all of the amount of all the positioning and all the conversation, the damage to a presidential candidate turned president, and the drama playing out that we can see. Michael Horowitz, the Department of Justice Inspector General, mishandled the Russia probe, but nonetheless concluded that it was launched in good faith.
Yep. In good faith.
I mean,
Meant well.
It's unreal. Durham has made plain his dissent. Okay, in response to the Horowitz report, special counsel announced that his office had advised the IG, we don't agree with some of the report's conclusions. Again, very in-depth back and forth, he said, she said. The investigation is not limited to developing information from within component parts of the Justice Department and instead obtained information from other persons and entities, both in the U.S. and outside of the U.S. Now, is that the Steele dossier that he's talking about?
Right.
Of course it is. Crossfire Hurricanes advocates. Defense has been a big problem. Copious countervailing evidence in the public record, including Horowitz's own report. Considerable paper trail points to Steele's political opposition research playing a greater role in the probe than the FBI has acknowledged. And here are several reasons and several instances where it was primarily using the Steele report, which of course we know now has been debunked in many ways.
It was doctored, yeah.
Okay, the FBI's claim that he played no role in sparking the Trump-Russia probe is further called into question by top bureau officials' previous false claims about the investigation, including his role. They not only lied to public and Congress, but also to the FISA court. Right, so
Definitely of interest to the counterintelligence folks.
Durham's indictment of Igor Danchenko was the final nail in the coffin for the Clinton-funded dossier. But nobody noticed.
Jones reporter.
Right, David Cord concluded that the FBI investigation had been legitimately launched, but thereby proving that there had been no hoax. Wait, what? It's like
Right.
black is white. If
Yeah.
the Crossfire Hurricane team did not learn of Steele until September 19th, then those leading the Russiagate probe were among the few high-ranking officials in Washington intelligence circles unaware of the dossier. There's just no way. Like,
It's all the news. Like, yeah, like,
right. First Steele FBI contact about the dossier came on July 5th. So, Washington-based Oppo research firm Fusion GPS contacted Michael Gaeta. We know all about this. This is all the background.
yep.
At
This is when they
Steele's
start,
office.
like, going into Credico, right? I forget
Is this
which one that
Credico?
was. Well, it was like, he went on Jimmy's at one point, right? Because that guy was trying to claim that he had been like seeing him to like talk to Putin, and the guy was like, "Yeah, no, that's not happening. That never happened." You know, I forget who it was.
Are you talking about Paul Manafort, the Manafort thing with the
Yeah,
embassy?
it might be. Yeah.
Well, that's also just a fabrication as well.
Right.
Okay. Again, according to Horowitz, the IG who concluded that Steele played no role in the crossfire opening, hurricane opening, this agent then informed his superior about the Steele allegations the same day. So the timelines just don't line up.
No.
Okay. On July 28th, at its FBI colleague's request, Michael Gaeta passed along copies of the two reports he received from Steele. As Horowitz later found, the first one, dated June 20th, 2016, provided would later become one of four Steele's reports that the FBI relied on to support its surveillance applications for Carter Page.
Right.
This is again a long one. Again, here you go. Also received approval of Victoria Nuland, who's now serving in Eastern Europe, and now she's helping to destabilize Ukraine. Nuland recalled in a 2018 interview, past 2 to 4 pages of short points of what he was finding, and our immediate reaction was, this is not in our purview, it needs to go to the FBI.
Yeah.
Again, long article from Aaron. Highly recommend reading through the whole thing. According to FBI Electric Communication that opened the Trump-Russia probe, FBI only heard that Papadopoulos suggested that Trump had received some kind of suggestion from Russia. Again, this is flimsy at best. Again, you've got even Peter Strzok there. I see Peter Strzok's name dropped in there, wrote in his own book was untrue. But the FBI officially based its entire Trump-Russia counterintelligence probe was a suggestion.
Yeah.
Because they wanted it to be true. Adding to the questions surrounding the basis for even opening the counter-intel probe, they didn't even bother to contact the campaign volunteer whose suggestion supposedly triggered it. But they expanded it to multiple other figures in Trump's orbit. Again, not a fan of Trump, the campaign. There was definitely some weird stuff going on there. How Paul Manafort became their campaign manager, there's a lot of questions. Yeah. The Flynn stuff, a lot of questions still to be answered, and we'll never get the answer because of the way that this was botched. The investigation was botched, and because the fact that it were able to obstruct at every chance.
I mean,
they didn't have to comply.
I mean, this whole story's been blown apart by Aaron multiple times. Like, you know, especially the Steele stuff, because it's just ridiculous, right? It was.
Here you go.
Dim's
a pattern of
some fear that,
pattern of factual misstatements. Here you go. 17 factual misstatements and omissions to the FISA court. Just on the warrants on Trump campaign volunteer Carter Page.
Yeah.
And Carter Page, I think they let him go. I don't think that he ever got arrested for anything. He did go to Russia. Right. I think they said at one point that he claimed that he was recommending that he was representing Trump, but was he? Again, so many levels of plausible deniability get thrown in there that we'll never know what actually happened. Or if we do, that never actually gets prosecuted, but we'll hear it.
Yep.
All right. Talking about Devin Nunes, FBI fought to prevent its release on the fact that their reliance on the Steele dossier was put out there. Thanks, Devin Nunes. Boo. He's got a cow.
Ooh. I do
FBI
remember
claimed it had grave concerns about material omissions of fact that fundamentally impact the memo's accuracy.
Yeah, like FBI believes the Russian government efforts are being coordinated with paid. Yeah, ridiculous.
Right, so you've got a ton of blacked out stuff. This is the first FISA application to spy on Carter Page. It claimed it believed the Russian government's efforts were being coordinated with Page based upon the Steele dossier.
Steele dossier, right? Which is then like the Steele dossier is all hearsay and nonsense and
Well,
he
and
said,
it's
she said.
and it's Oppo research that had originally been paid for by the Clinton campaign and then had been offered to the Trump campaign. And
Right.
yeah, what a mess. What a mess.
Yeah.
Durham's descent could become a political flashpoint. Again, this was published by Real Clear Investigations for Aaron Mate. Aaron Mate, of course, does some good work. Serious stuff. Russiagate
Yeah,
stuff.
the whole Havana syndrome stuff is going to be interesting. So,
Well, I saw that just today there was somebody talking about still they're trying to push
That's the-
Havana syndrome.
is that which one is the Havana syndrome thing? That's like the hangover thing, right?
Yeah, that's the noise problem.
But like, what is it? What is it? Oh, okay.
You know, where people are claiming that it's making them sick.
Mm. Okay.
And yes, restream bot sharing makes it sloppy seconds. So,
Yeah.
but we do want to make sure that everybody sees the chats across all the platforms because we are broadcasting to a bunch of different places on both Indie News Network and of course Indie Left News. So one more story tonight, and it is Indie News Network member The Dissident. Whoa.
Woo.
Our friend The
What is it
Dissident.
now? The leftist dissident. What I forget what he changed it to, but
No, it's still Leftist News 12, but I don't think
on Twitter. That's
you don't
what it
see a
is.
David Lynch icon anymore. I think you see
No,
this
he
this
definitely
this
upgraded that
Dissident
little
icon.
logo. Yeah.
And that was after some ribbing from us on that for sure. But sometimes it seems, again, Russiagate, Saber Rattling for Russia getting scary. Russiagate will never die. So the newest propaganda from the State Department comes in the form of a report on Kremlin-funded media. And this is the State Department report about Kremlin-funded media. And it specifically puts up this graphic
Sputnik,
about the
RT,
web of networks and how they are influencing. Okay,
Oh, God,
how
they're
this
gonna
report will be used to
influence election.
silence dissident media. All right,
Yeah.
there's no doubt that some of RT's coverage is biased in favor of Russian government's positions, but tell me how that's any different. This report pretends that this is something unique to RT and not a phenomenon. Al Jazeera and the BBC, MSNBC, CNN, Fox News have clear bias. Okay, there's no doubt all media outlets have a bias in favor of their funders, but to pretend this is only true of RT and not a broader case is ridiculous. RT America airs On Contact, hosted by Chris Hedges. On this show, Hedges has deep and important conversations with respected intellectuals. Noam Chomsky, Cornel West, Richard Wolff, John Pilger.
Richard Wolff. All of them respected in their own right, and Hedges respected in his own right. Not but like 20 years ago, like not even that long ago. You know?
Mike Papantonio and Tara Reid, all of the people in America that challenge imperialism, that question the narrative of the U.S. government, it seems that they end up hired by RT. Why is that?
RT.
Because no other mainstream U.S. corporate or UK network will allow them to challenge the advertisers in the government on their airwaves.
Yep.
Okay,
Well, it's because America controls so much of the media that, like, that people are afraid to fall out of line with it, right? Us suffer its ire,
there you
So
go. To put it simply,
RT doesn't
RT has
care.
given the platform on TV to people that have been frozen out of other media outlets for being too critical of Western imperialism and corporations. He says it better than
Yep.
I could.
Yep.
Okay, big reason behind the State Department's attack is to censor these dissident voices. Lee Camp, Chris Hedges, Julian
Tari.
Assange,
Yep.
Nico House, Richard Medhurst. They're all part of RT.
Yep.
Okay. Of course, Assange is being tortured in Belmarsh. Free Julian Assange. This report is part of the State Department's propaganda campaign against Assange to demonizing him and distract from the fact that the U.S. is persecuting him for his journalism. Not just prosecuting, but persecuting. The idea that he has a connection to Russia was completely debunked by a Yahoo News report on the CIA's attempt to kidnap him. And that reported that they admitted they had no evidence tying Assange to Russia. Doesn't matter. That's what they're going to put out there. All right. There is also an analysis done by VIPS, which is a collection of dissenting U.S. intelligence officials that found Assange's source would had to have been a leak, based on the fact that the file allocation table,
right?
okay,
This is
could not have been
Bill Binney,
transferred
right?
to an external source. Would have to have been transferred to an external source.
Yeah,
Right.
that's Bill
Furthermore,
Binney talking about that, right?
CrowdStrike admitted under oath that they had no evidence that Russia stole emails from the DNC.
Yep.
Okay. The TV show you're talking about, The World Tomorrow, is a wholly independently produced TV show here in London. Dartmouth Films. I mean, it's unbelievable. And then finally, again, true claims labeled as Russian propaganda. And of course, we love the labels that get put under every single Lee Camp video, under every Tar Reed thing, under everything from the Soapbox, which also is part of Mafic Network. They say the 2015 Sputnik put out 2 articles saying the U.S. is protecting and supporting jihadists in the Middle East. This is an undeniably true claim, but yet we're not. It's blocked and it's listed as a falsehood.
Right. Yeah. Spent billions of dollars arming and training rebels. Well, and it's just brushed off as Russian disinformation, right? I mean, it's so I mean, it's how we all get called Russian bots if we talk about any of it.
Every second. I mean, how often have we all been called Russian bots?
Yep.
All right. Then again, this is also a claim here, Russian propaganda. They also claim the idea the U.S. backed coup in Bolivia for access to lithium. Right.
Yeah.
Except that we'll coup whoever we want. While there were many reasons the U.S. backed the coup, there is no doubt one of them was to grow profits for electric car companies like Tesla. For sure. And then, of course, there's the whitewashing of the U.S. involvement in Ukraine, and there are white supremacists, I believe, that are involved, neo-Nazis. Yep, here we go. The State Department also claims it is a false narrative and Russian propaganda to point out that Ukraine has a neo-Nazi problem.
Right.
That Victoria Newland, who came up in our last article with Aaron Mate, talking about that she thinks Yats is a guy who's got economic experience, governing experience. They're trying to install a Western-friendly puppet leader.
Well,
And then they're turning around and accusing Russia of doing the exact same thing.
Right. I mean, it's the classic, like, look, we influenced Russian elections multiple times. Like, we practically had one of their, national leaders getting drunk with Bill Clinton. Like, we had that. Like, that's what we were doing.
They literally made a movie
Clinton
out of
was
it called Spinning Boris.
Right.
Great movie.
Right.
By the way, have you never seen that movie with Jeff Goldblum and Anthony LaPaglia?
Right. Which
hilarious.
Is why, like, Putin, but they also essentially pushed Putin's opponent, right? Actively. They gave money to, like, literally the stuff they accuse Russia of doing, they did out in the open.
Oh,
Like,
Navalny. I mean, they've been aiding and abetting
right,
Navalny for years, and they would like to see, NED and Clooney Foundation, and they've been
oh
calling
god,
Navalny a dissident, but he's no ally of
no,
ours. So again, this report is a clear propaganda piece from the State Department to censor journalists at RT and Sputnik, demonize Julian Assange, and label dissent as Russian propaganda. This has been the goal of the Russiagate conspiracy since its inception. Politicians on both the left and right have been accused of being Russian agents for questioning official U.S. policy narratives. Alternative news sites have been deranked in the algorithm because they were falsely labeled Russian propaganda by groups like Propernaut, like the Gray
right,
Zone.
yeah,
This new State Department report is re-emerging of that McCarthyite political climate that many hoped was gone for good. Hopefully this time all the left will see it for the propaganda it is. And I
I
have
hope
not
so.
really heard anybody making too much reference to it. My concern is that they're going to use a report like this just to try to shut down
Yeah,
RT America, Sputnik, etc.
right, which is only going to cause. I mean, honestly, I think it's partially. I know Tara has talked about this, that they're ramping up and escalating things with Russia and China,
Mm-hmm.
right? To get some response, right? It's essentially we're bullying them to get them to punch first. You know, like all we need is economic sanctions and whatever for them to really be like that. Plus, like, okay, you're gonna also censor their government's like only voice in your country, like, you know, it's and that's to assume that that's what RT is, which it's not. Like, uh, anyway,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, they've got a variety of voices on there and opinions, and the one thing I will say in helping to assemble a network is you've got to have that variety of opinion. Otherwise, it just becomes an echo chamber bubble, and you want to bring in different ideas and different perspectives and different
yeah,
viewpoints, and you don't want everybody to agree on everything because not everyone has it figured out, and there are better ways of doing things, and there are considerations that not everyone has to think about, and um yeah, so that's all I've got for this week. I did want to let's do a little boats smashing into other boats. So let's do our little theme song
nice.
here.
I watch YouTube. Boats that smash into other boats.
See, is it gonna work? Hey, it worked right. Woohoo! We got the theme. We got Reef.
Where'd you hit that Will Smith laugh real quick?
We got Bong Cam.
Um,
Bong Cam's still down. Damn it. All right, now it's Reef's part of the show, and I can just chill out and laugh. Popo! What's up, Popo?
people born in barns. God. Hold on.
Popo's just chilling. All right, I'll say hi to everyone in chat. Shadowbad, dude, you're still here. That's awesome. Thank you for hanging out. That's so cool. Wish I could write all those articles all the time. Yeah, that would be nice if we could just write and focus on doing just that. Oh, nice.
So-
Here we go.
We have some news, more news. Since I have to go to the freezer real quick for this news.
Oh, this son of a...
Because
What a shock.
what? What's
I'm
a
reading
shock?
your headline. Thanks,
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah. So most Americans predict Biden won't uphold marijuana decriminalization promise in 2022 poll finds, right? Which I have to get one of these. This is written by Kyle Yeager.
Nice. Oh, another Jaeger bomb. There you go. So we
Right.
got honorary
I don't
Robbie
know
Hager
if we're
Jaeger bomb.
related to Robbie, but I kind of hope so if they're both writing stuff like this. So there is some stuff. We'll scroll down here in a bit, but cheers, Kyle.
Cheers.
Oh, God.
I'll take a shot of coffee for that.
Yep. That's
So-
what your college tasted like, huh?
Yep.
But so there, it did bring up a graph right? There was essentially a poll done, I think done by YouGov, right? That that essentially stated, can I open this nice and big?
It's
Can I
pretty
go
pretty
here?
clear. I can see it.
Open image, a new tab. There we go.
Hey, look at that.
So decriminalizing marijuana right here, which is one of the things that Biden uh, claimed he was going to do in like the first year, right? So, um, getting the COVID-19 pandemic, right? 35% over here on the reds are none, right? I might have to kill my cam so people can read, but um, increasing the federal minimum wage to 15, 37% voted none on that. Polling United States on track to have clean energy economy, 33% said no on that, right? And 42% getting bipartisan support in Congress for economic relief, right? And like 39% said no on
Are these all the
decriminalizing
Fox News
marijuana.
viewers and the One America Network viewers?
It must have
Effectively,
been, but I don't
um,
think so. Like,
again,
I need to look
federal
at
minimum wage.
where.
He actually did. So the
Yeah.
fact that 37% of people don't think that he did that is kind of
Wait,
funny and sad.
when did he do that? Because I must be in that group of thinking he definitely didn't do a
Oh, that
federal
was one of the
$15
first things
minimum
they
wage.
did. Was they set it for federal employees only. It's not, they couldn't do it as
Oh,
a
but
national
that's not
minimum
the same
wage.
as like a they're asking as a national minimum wage, right?
No, well,
So,
well, I guess, but that's not. He did all he could
but
with regard to that. So I will say that he
so
accomplished that to a point. Again, that
new
Congress
poll
has to
shows that
do.
more than half of Americans feel that President Joe Biden has made little to no progress on a key campaign pledge to decriminalize marijuana during his first year in
Yeah, we
office.
know this. Uh-huh.
YouGov, The Economist asked Americans to rate the president's performance. So, YouGov and The Economist is who I'm trying to look for, like sample size and shit like that.
Usually it's like
It said
1,000
they,
or 1,500 people,
yeah,
2,000
uh,
people.
yeah, I don't see it right here off the bat.
1,500 Americans.
Americans, yeah.
Here you go. Three
So
plus
from January
three
15th
percentage
to 18th.
points.
So,
Right. Most
but
pessimistic about how they will handle it in the next 6 months. Yeah, well,
yeah,
you're in an
yep,
election year, so unless it's going to garner them direct votes, it's going to be difficult.
yep. But yeah, I just found that, figured we'd have some marijuana news to
Sure.
kick stuff off with. But
Cannabis news.
yep.
Thanks, Joe. Right along the theme.
Uh,
Nothing will
in other
fundamentally
breaking
change.
news,
Yes, why are
cannabis
you doing
overdose
that?
deaths are now equal to the number of people gored to death by unicorns. So,
Forever been
I
true.
found it. I heard a thing about unicorns the other day that I think it was in on Twitter from one of our people that were like, yeah, those are albino deer that people were like misrepresenting back in the day, right? So, but anyway, I just thought that meme was funny. So I need you to read that for me.
Nice. Don't mind if I doobie doobie doo. Dude, we have to send that to
It's the
Sabby.
motherfucking Savvy Sab stream.
Doobie doobie doo. Doo,
Yep.
doo, doo, doo. Said that to Jesse Jet too. Doobie doobie
Right.
doo.
I'm still waiting for him to do the our version of Doobie Doobie Doo song. I'm waiting for that. You know, you're welcome to use our Doobie Doobie Doos.
Nice.
But I just
Oh
figured
boy.
your love of Joey Diaz, right? This was on Getting Dug with High. I don't know if you remember that show,
Sure.
but it's just funny because he's drinking his coffee, sets the coffee cup down. Oh shit! Did it fall? No, it's good. All right, God, Jesus. Yeah,
Thought he put
I
it down on the
fucking
edge of the
love that.
table. Yep. That's
Yep.
called depth perception when you're really high.
It's just the fact that he was lightning quick on that catch though, and then like had to get his fucking heart rate back down. But you know, what else I got? This was for you. I found this one for you just because I feel like they had to be told. I know that's going to be hard for people to read, so
No
I'll
toasted white chocolate. We don't have toasted white chocolate. Toasted white chocolate is no
Toasted white
longer a
chocolate is no
Dunkin'.
longer a Dunkin'.
Oh,
You got to tell
oh,
people. You got to be like, we
oh,
don't got
he's
that no
yelling at
more.
dude. Yeah. Well,
Like,
it
what are
was a
you?
thing, I guess. I was never a toasted white chocolate guy, but if they ever did that for French vanilla, I think that I would be in the streets.
You'd be in the street.
No French vanilla would get me in the streets.
That would be very funny. So when you're in those streets, you're gonna need a weapon, and this is the one I would take.
Shabao.
I think this is one of those classic, like, had a cool vodka bottle and then drilled the stem and hole, you know?
Is that what that was? That was a vodka bottle that was made
Yeah, I
out to
think
be like a
that's one of
rifle?
those. Yeah, they got a couple of those that like meant to look like Kalashnikovs or whatever, you know? Like this could be tequila very easily,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Like
That's a pretty
old
piece.
carabiner or something or other. Carbine. Carbine. I can't read it. It's too terrible. So I showed this last week too. So
now
one
this
has
is
to
the
go.
hardest one I've ever had to choose. This is a Sophie's choice.
This is Sophie's choice, huh?
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
I personally would probably go with
that.
the edibles, although, you know, I'm a Bond guy.
Right. Which one? It's asking which one you'd want. You could do without.
Right. Which one
Right.
could I do without? Yeah, it would probably be the edibles. Because I'm a
Really?
flower kind of guy.
Oh, the edibles are my shit. I fucking love those things.
Blunts are nasty.
Edible
Charlie Brown's
bongs.
Revolution is correct. Rebellion, yes. Blunts
Blunts
are nasty.
guys.
And joints waste a ton.
Yeah, that they do. Joints do. Like if I'm gonna waste that weed that way, and it's only for like parties, it is blunts. Like
Yeah,
that's
but
the
you can
only,
always just break the joints up and pack it in your bong, which is what I used to do all
Yes.
the time.
Yeah, but then
In which
it
case you
tastes
don't
fucking
waste it.
gross and resiny and papery and
No.
awful.
I mean before you actually smoke it, before you actually light it. Like if it's sitting
Right.
there and you realize that it's just you, like I'll just tear right into that thing and stuff it in my bong.
I mean, that's my thing. Is like I had to quit like actual blunts. I had to like stop cigarette smoking because every time I wanted it because it was real tobacco, and then I found the hemp ones, and I never went back.
I don't see the rig with the dab because honestly, that wrecks me more than anything that I see here.
Yeah,
Like one of those little rig dab things with the the blowtorch.
Right,
then
the 10-year. Well, they make electric ones now too. E-nails is what you want to look for.
Right, and yeah, you touch like just a tiny little bit. Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, the
Last time I went to go see my guy, I went over there and just wrecked.
little dab.
Wow.
Just a little dab.
Just
little dab.
no,
Over you,
no,
Dab.
not like that.
A little dab.
I
You
like the
gotta hit
vapes
it.
for travel. The vapes are great.
Yeah,
they're not exactly the
flower vapes
healthiest.
exist. Flower vapes exist. Well, having said that, the weed ones are pretty, like the ones that there was like bootleg ones that were terrible. You can make them yourself pretty easy with like dab and vegetable glycerin.
Yeah.
But you know, I just feel like just get a flower one. You're already gonna spend like people just feel like they're cheap and you know they are.
This could literally be a half-hour show right here.
Yeah, just this.
We could just talk about this for the next half an hour.
Oh, for sure. You know, one of these days they'll make you a real nice blunt with the hemp wraps and stuff, like one of those world's most expensive ones. You know.
One of these days, that'd be cool.
One of these days, when you say reefer instead of weed,
Nice.
that guy was definitely fucking like that was a gravity bong right before every set. That's why he sounded like that. You know? But I just find it funny.
Nice.
Smoking those jazz cigarettes. So I have another hard choice.
Ooh.
So you have to choose one from each category, right?
One from column A, one from column B. Which?
Well, from rows. So
Okay.
you get You get one of the rows. I know E Heller will weigh in on this at some point. Um, or you
Yeah.
gotta pick. What you got to pick a number, a letter,
Yeah,
and a symbol.
I'm a flour New York style and plain cheese pizza guy. So
Mm.
maybe the ranch on your ew.
I know. Yes, I know it exists. It's
Ew.
a southern thing. Yep. And hot sauce and ranch.
On pizza?
Um, yep. Like you dip. Yep. I know.
What?
It's weird.
Okay, that is a foul. Okay, I would definitely go. And
Yeah,
same
it
thing.
sounds it.
Ham and pineapple, like that's kind of been accepted. California. The only thing
Yeah.
that's even acceptable on any of that is pepperoni. So
Pepperoni. You're like
that's all.
pepperoni.
That's all I will accept being from the Northeast.
I feel like the New York's like you can't have like that includes pepperoni. Like both the Detroit and the New York, pepperoni is a given. I then also want the Hawaiian with, you know? I love how they put
Oh,
frozen over here like anyone would choose that. Who chooses frozen? Like I
nice.
guess after you've done number 2, you're like, fuck it, I can't do anything else. I'm gonna
Um,
go D.
although
And just
now that we have the air fryer, those frozen pizzas
yeah.
come out pretty damn good. I have to say, like
Yeah.
air fryer changes the game.
Yeah. They're pretty sweet. I mean, there's just a convection oven. They just got renamed at some point to like
Well,
air
no,
fryer.
they're both because no,
Yes.
they have a whole bunch of different
Right.
capabilities,
But a
but
good
that's one of
convection
them.
oven will do
Air
what
frying, yes.
air fryers do. Right. Like, you know. So
My kids
what
have been
else?
eating more fish sticks than ever. Nice.
Fish sticks. Yeah, when I'm high as shit and the people around me start asking me serious questions, like I feel like we're talking about politics. Like I'm too high for this
Did
shit,
you
and then most of the
that
time I'm
you
not
look
high
like
enough.
that the other night with Misty?
Huh? What?
That's what
What?
you look like the whole night.
Oh, how did we get
Ransom.
to dad zone already?
Oh, we're already okay.
We're already at dad zone. So
Nice.
you've got girls.
I do.
Yep.
Oh, no sound. I don't hear it.
You don't hear it?
No. Oh no! Red Rum, Red Rum. Oh my God. What did she?
You don't hear it.
No, what did she get into though? Oh my God. I hope that's ketchup or
No,
or.
it's lipstick.
Oh my.
What she used,
Oh.
right? So
Oh.
like look the whole
Oh God! Oh, dude, you gotta send me that. Oh my God! That's
How
Devil
great is
Baby.
that?
Wait, I gotta see that again. Wait, go back.
I'll put it in chat here.
I need that again. Oh my God. Oh,
Господи, до сих пор сердце бьется.
Ну, открывай.
Так а что открывай, иди, она там.
the
All right.
ransom of Red Chief.
Yep. Oh my god, dude. I love that.
Oh, that kid's going in the tub.
Дима, Полина!
Oh my God, that is. Wow.
Isn't that
Yeah, that's great. That's great that I don't have to bathe them.
Have you had have you not had that yet? Like something like that where it's like flour everywhere or
No, not terribly. Like my daughter's definitely like put lipstick all over her cheeks.
Usually that's more of a boy thing to like tear something
Supermass?
apart, get it
Yeah.
everywhere. Like yeah.
Thankfully, no. But we have had like beads all over the floor, like for like 1,000
Oh,
beads
yeah.
from like a bead kit.
It's just when they find powder. Powder is usually the one that's like it gets people. Like anything
This
that's
looks like my son.
flour or like sugar. Yeah, this is gonna be good. You're gonna like this one.
Are we going to?
Penis store
Oh God.
to get you penis because you're a girl.
Yeah.
Girls don't have penises, though.
But mommy, we're gonna go to a penis store to get you one.
That definitely looks like my son.
Okay, thank you.
Nice.
We're gonna go to the penis
Oh, Look at the face. Like he's so proud of himself.
To do what?
To
To get you penis. Because you're a girl.
Girls don't have penises.
That's right.
But mommy, we're gonna go to a penis store to get you one.
We're gonna go get you one at the store.
Yep.
Oh, kids.
Oh, thank you.
Those are pretty expensive, I must say.
Yeah, we can just get them from adamandeve.com.
Yeah.
This is how you wake up in the morning, right?
Dude. That's nap time right there. Okay, that's nap time right before bed. Okay, it's about 7 o'clock in my house. I decided that I'm gonna lay down and take a little, close my eyes, and dude, who put my picture on Reddit? What the fuck?
I don't know, but I fucking thought it was just like you would feel this.
Yes,
picture
that
so hard, just like, yep.
I absolutely resemble that picture.
Yeah.
I feel seen.
So this is.
I love it.
Yeah. So it's just the reaction is great. You ready?
So we're gonna go right. Take that off.
Oh, that is really funny. Oh, people are funny.
We're gonna go right. Take that off.
Take that off.
You're a sick man.
You're a sick man. That's right.
Yeah. You're sick. So my 6-year-old replaced toothpaste with caramel syrup in his toothbrush robot, and now wants to be called Dr. Caramelito.
Clever. Oh my
That's
god,
pretty
toothbrush
funny.
robot.
Oh,
What
he
is it?
suddenly likes brushing his teeth now. Yeah, so it's one of those
Oh
things
wow, that
like,
is a serious like toothbrush
dispensers.
thingy. You see that? That's like a mouth
Yeah,
guard that
like-
goes in the.
Yep.
Damn.
And then it just like brushes it. Yep. Yep.
You know, I've actually looked at like I saw a video about one of those things. I thought that was kind of cool. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Is it really like? Can it really clean your teeth like that?
I
Interesting.
think most of it's like solvent stuff and like just getting an abrasive in there.
Yeah, and it's
so-
like sonic stuff. It uses like sonic waves to, you know, with the bristles and stuff. It's really interesting.
Oh.
Okay, at least he's fast.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hold on.
Then my head hit the wall.
Oh!
I began to pass out. Then my head hit the wall.
Oh! The sound.
Yeah.
The sound.
What else I got? This one, dude. You're gonna die. Oh, I died. Have you seen these things? They're like little drifting cars,
Right?
right? And little girls on it.
Careful! Not too bad. Oh!
Whoa! It's possessed! Oh! He's too busy laughing to get the... That was Christmas morning. Look, they're all wearing the matching outfits and everything.
Oh god, it's the laughter.
Oh, oh
parents
yeah,
laugh
that's definitely
so
Dad's zone right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I can't help you. I'm too busy laughing through the tears.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh,
So
this does
kid's
not
got-
look like it's gonna end well.
I mean, he's got his ramp set up though, you know.
Okay.
Like, he's got it all set up. Look at this cool little ramp he's got.
Go Bills.
Gotta go down the other way.
Okay, that's the wrong direction.
That's the wrong direction. That's what it is.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yep. Dude. Oh my god.
What? Oh, did he go down hard? Oh, he sure did. That's definitely gonna get DMCA'd. That I've definitely seen somewhere before. Wow, that's both feet in the face, hard.
Yeah. At full speed. It's the
Look at the hair. The hair. Lucky
good
it's
night.
actually snowing out right now here. We've got flurries. Oh. Wow,
you guys should do a sledding stream if there is.
that
snow.
one hurt. That one hurt.
Oh.
That hurt real bad.
The Mother of the Year award goes to.
Look, I don't want to get wet.
With the mask on.
I don't want to.
He's got his mask on, kid.
He's got his mask on, just like shielding from the water.
No.
That's funny.
Oh my
And the
God.
kid's just like, please no.
Do you want to go rob a bank?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to eat a fly?
Yeah.
Do you want to get run over by a car?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you want to go to bed?
No.
That's where you draw the line?
You want to go to bed? No.
Pretty kitty. That's pretty funny.
Right.
Lily. Kids say the damnedest things. Oh boy.
There was an attempt to keep Dad from shoveling. Kid, I've been at this all right, just go over here.
Oh, I feel that. That's great.
Yeah. Isn't it though?
Mm.
Though. How many times you got to shovel snow with the kids? That's what sucks.
So far, not very much, thankfully.
So
We got a plow guy.
Oh, nice. That's what's up.
Yeah.
The beginning of some animal videos, but
Nice.
it's like Dad Zone meets animal videos.
Playing a game of whack fuck here.
Whack. Oh.
Did you say playing you a whack fuck? Whack fuck.
Yeah.
Playing a game of whack fuck here.
Whack. Oh, the dog just has no chill either.
That dog has no chill. He's like, I'm going to use you as a step.
Yep. All right. So I have to remember which one. Oh, this is a bit.
Okay, somebody's going downhill on a bicycle, it looks like.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, he just ate it hard. That is called a meal of grass right there.
Oh, that's cheese grater grass too. Oh, the speed wobble and like the perfect like.
Shit.
Oh, everyone with the collective. Oh.
Ow.
Yeah, that was meant to be bit of Dad Zone. So I found a new New York apartment for you. Right?
Little babies.
I found a New York apartment. Look at all of them.
Oh, they're taking a bath.
Yeah.
And wow, that's foul.
Right? That's how dirty those things can get.
Ew.
This must be this lady's pets. Because she's very okay with this. Like, I would be like, all right, we got to call some exterminators
What
if there's
the?
that many.
Ew.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully
gross.
those are the cool ones.
Sewer rats. Look at the
That's what,
babies.
$4,000 a month in New York, that apartment?
Yeah, at least.
At least. Oh, which one's this one?
Bullseye with Pamplona.
Yes. Oh,
Eddie Kid, he's okay.
Oh, he's okay. Like, it just out of nowhere. You think you know what's gonna happen with this video, and just god, right into that wall.
Face first.
Yeah, horns first. Like, Jesus.
Is that
You know?
sparks that are coming out from underneath the
because
hoofs?
got like shoes.
Because they have like horseshoes on. Yeah,
Yeah.
terrible. It's such a
But,
torturous. I know it's a
you ever
historical thing or whatever. I would never.
Have you ever seen a koala laugh?
No, but I'm sure it's adorable.
We'll check adorableness after it happens.
Early boy, early boy.
They're like, that's nightmare sounds. That
It is
comes
a
out of that
bear.
creature.
I mean, it does have 10 bear parts.
Isn't it marsupial? It's not a bear. Pretty sure it's
Is it?
marsupial, bro. Pretty
Is
sure.
it panda?
Pretty sure. Koala.
It's called a koala bear, though, not a koala.
Yes. Not
Possum.
a koala marsupial, which is
Not
which
a koala
is the class.
possum.
Hey Google, are koalas bears?
On the website nationalgeographic.com, they say koalas are not bears, they're marsupials.
Hey Google, stop.
To find out more,
Oh, you got it. Nice. Okay. See,
I have to tell you
learn
about drop
science.
bears. Do you know about the drop bears? If you ever meet any
No.
Australians, ask about the drop bears. Right? You know.
It's that koala pants. That is koala farts. What that is. Damn.
No, so what drop bears are, and if any Australians are in the chat, don't tell them yet. So drop bears are like they don't exist now, right? But the Australians wiped them all out essentially, right? That like. So they were like predatory koala bears that would drop from like trees.
And swallow you whole?
Like just about, yeah, they'd like attack you.
Nice.
Right? Like and so now there's like a colloquial like greeting. Like, yeah, look out for drop bears, right? Like they're just like, it's like, we killed all those things. But definitely make sure you say that story exactly. They will find it very funny. So, but yeah, that's imagine that sound just dropping from the sky. Like
I need to make like an alarm clock sound out of that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is
Scare the hell out of my kids with that shit.
When you're in a room full of Democrats, just this right here.
Is that Elizabeth Warren? Is that Elizabeth Warren? I see her,
people, bro. It's the lizard people, and this is us. This is,
lizard people.
Lizard people. Joe. This caught me. So, imagine you need a getaway horse, right? And you're running from the law, and the horse is there, right? Classic Western thing. You jump off the saloon roof, and you land on this horse.
Dude, that's like in the cartoons.
I know, dude. Like, yeah, little steppy steps. Those little steppy steps.
That's impressive.
It is impressive.
It's not fast.
That walk. Like,
what? Why? Why would you even teach a horse to do that?
I mean, palominos I get, but like.
But
those are
why?
Just,
as Ryan Reynolds, you said, but why?
But why?
But why?
So you guys got these up near you.
Oh yeah, we got deer, we got moose. Shadow Band was talking about moose before.
Moose soup. This is elk.
Oh, you don't want to fuck with that thing though. That's a 12-point.
You want to go, bud?
Hello, sir.
You want to go? You want to go? He says. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll go. Fuck your shit. There goes the tire.
Oh, he just popped the tire.
You're stuck. Yep.
Fucking flatten my brand.
Flatten a brand new. The wife is like, flatten a brand new tire. Should have just kept driving. Like.
Well, it's either that or that thing's going bouncing off your car. Because we've hit a deer, and
so
they do some serious damage.
imagine you go away because they're putting in the pool right at your house, right? And like you paid these guys to tile it, right? And you come back to this.
What the hell, OCD?
Why?
He's just fucking. Ah!
Look at those! I
Just
love
to
the
screw with
noise.
him.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Like you can hear him yelling under the
Motherfucker! I love the underwater screaming.
I know. It's the best part.
That is really funny.
So, I just thought this snake was fucking way over ambitious. Look at him.
Night,
You can't eat an ostrich egg, silly snake. You can't unhinge your jaw that far, weirdo. Like, what are you doing? Right? I feel like it's the same snake that we'll see in this video. So we're
Is
at
he
the
being
golf
chased?
course. So you'll see here. So we have golf club, right? And I don't know if you can tell.
Oh, it's attached to his golf club. Oh shit!
Oh god, run! Oh god, don't run away!
Oh no, no! Oh, that is
no.
just cruelty to do to one of your golfing buddies. He's trying to hit it. Oh, kill it dead! Kill it dead! Ah! Ah! When does he realize that it's not alive? When does he realize it's not alive?
I think about right here. They finally tell him. The first one I saw had sound. I don't know why. This one.
Now he's just mad. Now he's just mad.
Now he's just upset. How did my stuff get out of order a little bit? Weird. But yeah.
Oh,
right,
hey,
okay.
he's okay.
And in slow mo. Oh,
I meant to do that.
I meant to do that. Perfect front flip by the puppo. Oh. We got another horse one, right? Well, actually, it's a mule, right? But let's turn the sound up. This is a smart one. We're trying to break it in.
Oh no.
All right, this isn't working. Let me
8
figure something else
seconds.
Ah!
Did you just get bit?
Yeah, he just bit him. He was like, normal shit's not working. Like, right about here, he takes a second to think. Oh wait, I got these things.
Oh, he just bit his leg. Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Ow.
That's why that's funny. Good for you, mule.
The
Figuring
bull
shit out
wins. Nice. Here we go. 40-yard dash, your new Xbox.
40-yard dash, right? So here we go. Oh, he's gonna win. He's gonna win. Oh, the whole time he was like looking back the whole time. He's like,
barefoot?
I'm beating you. Yeah, both of them are.
What?
And then win.
Beer o'clock.
Fuck.
Fuck.
I could have had a new Xbox.
Dumb.
Oh,
Go
it was
ahead.
dumb.
Go ahead. Run backwards when you're actually competing.
You ready for some hardcore parkour?
I love parkour.
Hardcore parkour.
Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh! Ow! Oh! Oh! I broke my tooth. That's it.
And I'm gonna bring it back to him. It'll cost quite a few fucking dollars.
Oh!
Let's go. Let's go. I'll drive you to hospital.
Oh my! Yeah, drive you to hospital is right because you probably end up concussed from that shit. Oh!
Yep.
Face bounced off of freaking aluminum there. Uh-oh.
So you just put in all your fancy wine cellar. You got all the fancy wines you've been saving up on the
Beautiful
wall.
glass door. Nice thick
Yeah,
glass.
beautiful glass door.
Oh no. No, 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 no! Oh, and you had to watch it.
Witness it.
You
Yeah.
have to watch them go. Oh.
The dog's also like, what is this stuff?
Thousands of dollars worth of wine right there. Just
gone.
Ah.
Fucking, that's a rich
At least it's
people
contained inside the cellar.
Yeah, for the most part.
You don't have to clean the floor outside. Although it did looks like it spilled underneath the floor.
Underneath the floor, but yeah, like 2 feet. I mean, I would have gotten in there and tried to like push it back up, you know?
Brutal.
Like, so
Brutal. Okay.
it takes true skill.
What?
And mulligan? Can I get a mulligan?
What?
Off the
Seriously? He put them back?
Off the break.
Come on.
How good is that?
Dude.
Like,
wow.
Off the break.
Why?
The other guy's just like, all right,
again,
fuck this.
But why?
But why?
Great, so I have to start over again.
Yeah.
That's a nice trick shot, but okay.
This is an interesting ride on this one.
To see Adele at Madison Square Garden, but they were fake tickets. But nobody felt bad for me because I bought them on Craigslist, so that was my own doing.
Yeah.
So then I bought tickets to her show in London, and I flew to London. And these were not your average tickets. These were Golden Circle tickets. Like, look at the stadium, look at the standing room, and I was in the Golden Circle.
The Golden Circle.
She canceled her show.
Canceled the show.
I risked my life flying to London on this cardboard airplane called WOW Airlines that is now discontinued. The only thing wow about it was that it was surprising the airplane could fly. And after the show was canceled, I went to go get food, and this was my Uber driver.
A deal.
Posted a video about it, and someone from the Ellen show saw it and interviewed me to be on the Ellen show, but Adele wasn't doing any press and wouldn't come on the Ellen show, so there was no need for me to go on the Ellen show. And I made these shirts. I made a shirt for your son that says, "My mama loves Beyonce." Flash forward to 2022, my brother surprised me with Adele tickets to her Vegas residency. And I am in Vegas right now, and Adele canceled her show. Again!
Come on!
And I still brought the shirts.
And I still brought the Oh, Adele. That poor woman.
That is pretty funny.
That's called fandom gone too far. When it's just not meant to be.
When it's just not meant to be. I just thought this guy's laugh was funny. I thought it was just a funny video. It's weird for sure.
Okay. The parachute's attached to his...
He can't get up. He landed.
Yep.
And it's just like taking
It's just
him.
carrying him because wind. Yes.
He's just
Спасите меня, ёбаный рот.
I don't know where I'm going to end up. Wherever the wind takes me.
He's so happy. Like, it's such a Russian laugh too. It's just like a happy drunk.
In Russia, parachute fly you.
Fly you. Yeah. Yes, it does. I set you up on that one.
Thank you.
So here you go. We got to do some exercise. We got to get ready. 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump.
Oh, the guy sitting behind him watching is
like,
just Home Alone. Ooh, I see that coming.
All right, what else I got? Dude, I got a double feature on this one. Ready? Let's I don't know why I have to make sure my sound is all the way up every time.
Wait, what?
Picks up trash. And
that was a little heavier than you thought it was, bro.
Yes, it was. Whee! Just shit whipped
Wow.
back to the canvas.
Suplex.
Yep. Here, I got another one. Oh. So literally same setup. Same setup. This time with a bunch of drink and a giant straw.
Oh no.
Whee!
Oh, I'm gonna be drinking dirt and mud.
Yep. Like what? Anyway.
He lost his drink and he got wet.
You think he would have seen the first guy do that and
Try to look cool while drinking soda from a bag.
I just thought this was hilarious because if you look,
okay, the
after
police
guy
have
gets
him.
arrested, yep. Like, but if you look right.
What's
there?
Well, you're covering it.
Hold on. Right there.
Is he being arrested with his cat, or the cat just decided to hang out on his back?
I think the cat is just chilling out on his back. It's just probably some random cat from like this area.
Neighborhood cat.
Like, oh, this is comfy. I like this. And the guy just has to fucking. And none of them are like, hey, cat, get the fuck out of here. Like, you know, they're just fucking letting that happen. Like, I don't know. I just thought cats are dicks, so it was funny. But we get the one a week, and this one's a doozy. This one's a doozy, and we go up and down.
Ow!
Yeah, we need to see that one again, do we? And we
crush nuts.
Oh God! Why did
Crush
it have
nuts.
to be the flip? Why did it flip?
That's a good flip. That's a good flip.
It is a good flip. It's just
it just landed a little short.
What did they think was going to happen?
What could go wrong? That's right.
He got a free NFT, a
non-functional testicle.
Oh God.
Oh, that was way funnier than it should have been.
Oh God. This one's blurred out. That means it's gonna be good.
Uh-oh.
Look at this cunt. He's been doing this all season. Today, 2nd of December, comeuppance day.
Can you see what he's doing? He's taking a shit.
Is that fertilizer? Look at him give the finger. Oh, the angry thing at the end is just priceless. Oh, he's covered in shit. His own end. Oh, I'm laughing way too hard at this stuff. Oh, well, dumping trucks.
The last sip apparently made her too heavy. You ready?
Oh no, the whole thing's gonna go down. Oh, poor girl.
And a little bit of White Claw and gravity.
Oh. What the hell is she sitting on?
Like an awning, like a window shutter.
Eesh. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
I think she's this lazy boy down here, so she oh. You know, all right. So we have some boat stuff. This time inside a boat.
Rolling in the uh-oh. Is that like how they rearranged deck chairs on the Titanic? And coming back, coming back, coming back.
Dude, this is some sea right here. Whee!
Damn.
It's like some paranormal shit, right? You just
dude, no, what that is they're hitting some serious waves. Ah! Oh my God.
Oh,
wow, that's really scary.
Like, God, hold on to something, Jen. What are you doing?
Dude, what?
Oh, God. Oh,
People smashing into the pole. Oh, ow, that hurt. Somebody's down, and here comes stuff. Oh, God, it's still going. Oh, that's really scary. Oh, no more. Oh, more.
Oh, there goes Dean.
Oh,
oh, God. I think we're done.
Is it over? Is it over?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, my God.
My face hurts at that one.
That was just insane. The bartender's just chilling. That's right, Charlie. I don't think anyone's chilling there. That's wow.
He got his sea legs.
That's anchored down. Wow.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
More boats.
This looks like some not intelligent people. I don't think it's making it to the water. Is it going to make it to the water? It's going to make it to the water. And it's going to capsize! It's going to make it in the water.
It made it in the water. And so did they.
Tsunami Cruise Lines. Nice, Steve Cutler.
Similar setup here.
Uh-oh.
Hi. Look, they don't even have to go as far. Look.
Yeah, that's just going straight over. Ejector seats.
I love how he stayed in. He knew
Oh, that's even better. Oh my God, that's great. Does not go as planned.
Oh God.
Oh, okay, we got one more. All right. It says broken on the monitor, so that's a good indication that the people on there are broken.
Broken. I don't even remember what happens in this one. Whee!
Wait,
Just,
what? I think they were trying to be wheeled back, and the wheels got caught. Oh!
Straight over. Oh, God,
and she's okay. You know, they always tell your kids don't lean back in your chair.
Yeah,
That's
I got
why.
one more, I think. Here we go. Oh, if anyone planning on flying, don't get super stoked at the snacks. And one.
One pretzel in the bag. No.
Your allocated pretzel, sir.
That is
half an ounce of ginger ale and a pretzel.
Wow. That's, yeah. Welcome to Flight 2022.
2022. That's what we get.
Holy crap. That's great. That's really cool.
I watch YouTube. Boats that smash into other boats.
The best one. Do we want to watch that again? Do I still have it? I can get it back. Hold on.
Oh, wow. That was great.
I want to watch this one again.
What, the boat?
Yeah, the boat one. This boat one is crazy.
Oh.
It goes on for so long, dude.
Yep, and back and forth. Oh.
It's 1:16. That's how long this is.
Oh my God.
Whee!
The person that hits the pole and goes down. And here comes all the stuff flying at that. Oh.
Dude, what? Like
this guy in the middle of the room, taken out by like 6 chairs.
I want to imagine this like fucking comedian.
This one, boom, face first into the pole and down.
there's a comedian on the other
And
side
here
of
comes
the room. What's the deal with chairs, huh? Like you know, fucking y'all. You guys seem to be
And coming back.
like it gets crazy. The speed ramps up at some point.
Dude, that person that hit their face into
into
the pole,
like
and it
broken
just
nose,
crumpled. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that was wait, why are we
what?
not going back?
What?
Weird.
To this?
Now we're back. Okay, so that was a lot of fun. And another week in the books. Everybody do all the follows and it does not like.
That was me.
What?
That was technically you, but
What? That was technically me. Okay. Well, everybody do all the follows. Go check out Lucky Burrito Art and Music. I know you're going to be on later this week with her, she said. Lucky? Hello?
I'm here.
Wait, okay. Are you on with Lucky this week? We're wrapping up, dude.
Yeah, I was like I was going back in time and watching our thing. Sorry. Yeah, I'm on with Lucky. I think that's Wednesday. So
nice.
That should be fun. You're going on with
Misty Tuesday night on Action for Assange. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things. I am expecting to have our next guest for Friends of Indie Left, hopefully this week. I've reached out to a couple people. We have somebody booked for Sunday the 7th of... actually, I think it's either Sunday or Monday the 7th of February. And then we're going to try to figure out who's next after that.
And we'll try to figure out Echo, which now that I know what that's called, I used to remember that word, but yeah, that's what the audio thing is. I gotta fix it, but still listenable. You guys just have to put up with like robot Bane
gotcha.
Tonight.
Reef After Dark Friday nights 10 o'clock. Everyone check out Wardeer Entertainment, Uncle Warren, Extra Booyah. That's Thursday night 7 o'clock. That's always a good time. Again, Action for Assange will be 9 p.m. Tuesday night. Again, we're all hoping for the best tomorrow morning with the Assange ruling from the High Court. Yep. And Misty will be live at 5:15. So if you're up, definitely give her a shout and say hi.
Files to Belmarsh.
Absolutely. Free Julian Assange. Have a good night, everybody. Peace,
good night,
love, and smoke a bowl.
Keep listening to what little birdie